Can we talk about, Haku was about to just say something that he could have used so badly. Welcome to the Boardcast.
Episode don't know.
Episode whatever we're up to.
We keep switching them around. So
before we get started, we can talk about heaps of stuff tonight. But before we get started, I just want to clarify the state of skate, which was in episode 23, I think. I've got a lot of feedback, some positive, some negative, but I feel like I've been very misquoted because we were kind of having a discussion, so it was going back and forth between you and I. So we weren't necessarily finishing our points. And a couple of my points, because of the way I delivered them, have been completely taken out of context. So I just want to clear up two subjects. The first one is coaching. I didn't say that I was opposed to all coaching in skateboarding. For some reason, it's been taken as though I said I'm opposed to all skateboarding coaching. What I said was I'm all for first push coaching. If you don't know what first push coaching is, it means that somebody helping a kid make their first entry into skateboarding. Here's a skateboard, shows them how to stand on it and push the thing, or even up to the point of teaching them how to drop in or helping them drop in. No issues with that. And I have absolutely no issues, and I stated this, and I don't know how it got taken out of context, but I have absolutely no issues with coaching at the top of skateboarding, as in elite athlete, Olympic kids that want to become comp skaters. I think they should be coached, and I think mentoring and coaching at that level is absolutely crucial. What I did say was that I think coaching in between, say, dropping in and ollieing and the elite level, I think the coaching in between that is horrible and should not be a part of skateboarding. And I'll stand by that. I'll stand by that. I don't think for 1 second someone should be shown how to kickflip. I think they should learn it. I think you should be out, like give them a tip maybe, but you don't put their foot in a certain spot because that creates lack of style, lack of creativity. Everybody does everything slightly differently, and that's what makes skateboarding great. So coaching in between the very early stages and that elite stage, I disagree with. I don't think it's necessary, but if you're a kid who's on a path to being an Olympian or winning X Games or wants to go great in comps, then coaching's fine. I've got no issues with it. The second point that has been massively taken out of context was the cultural thing, where I think I said in the podcast, no one even drinks or smokes or swears at the skate parks anymore. I wasn't saying that that was the culture. I was saying that that was a part of the culture. I don't necessarily think it was a good part of the culture, but it was part of the culture, and that has been completely eliminated. Don't know why that got taken out of context so much, was as if I was saying we should bring back smoking and drinking for kids. That was not what I was saying at all. I don't care. It's not my world. That's your kids, you deal with them. But the culture has shifted dramatically to a very gentrified version of what we knew growing up. That's all I was saying. Clarified. Moving on. I don't even want to discuss it, so let's not discuss it because I'll just get myself in more shit, and then I'll have to do this again next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway.
But I don't have to put little hours. Sorry about last week.
Yeah. But we also had a guy, there was one guy who came into the store this week from the surfing world who wanted to just discuss that podcast, and it was quite an interesting chat because surfing and skateboarding are intrinsically different, and I'm still not 100% sure what the point was with that whole conversation. Like, he seemed to want to help out in some way, which is great. And I appreciate anyone who wants to help out. But the problem with skateboarding right now is much deeper than lighting a fire under few people's asses to get it back to where it was. That's not going to happen. It's not as simple as that. There's some bigger, deeper issues that may or may not get resolved. The sport, I hate that I keep calling it a sport. The sport is still a gnarly, hardcore thing to do that hurts a lot and isn't easy. So you're not going to be some little soft kid who makes it in skateboarding. You're going to have to learn to live with some pain and injuries, and like, it's still fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's sort of forgotten how gnarly it is, and that's kind of what used to make it cool. Now what makes it cool is the fucking pants you wear, and that's not cool. Anyway, whatever. Fucking moving on.
Yeah.
You had an iron infusion today. How was that?
I did. I feel fantastic.
Really?
Yeah. I actually feel alive today.
Yeah, right.
I was dying for the last 2-3 weeks, like barely getting out of bed.
Yeah. Right.
So turns out you need iron in your body to live.
Why did they say why you don't have enough iron?
Because I'm vegan.
But you're not.
Yeah,
That's
but
bullshit.
Okay, one steak, so this is what happened.
One steak doesn't make you vegan.
Yeah, okay,
You can't just
sorry.
have a steak.
Well, I was vegan for so long, and then I was like, well, I'm taking this pharmaceutical drug. I don't want to take that every single day. For iron.
So you stopped taking that.
Stopped taking it. And I was like, instead, I'm going to introduce red meat back into my diet in a small amount, and I'll shop locally, and I'll shop at I'll much rather support a family-owned business than a pharmaceutical company. So I'll get my iron from a natural source.
I think you got to have more consistent iron, though. You can't just have a steak once a month.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm learning now. So, but...
Fuck, man, you could have Googled that.
Well, I thought...
I don't know anything about that.
I thought, adding in steak twice a week, and I've
Why
added...
were you eating it twice a week?
Once or twice a week. And
Calcula.
And eggs. Yeah, but I was
Eggs
going to a really good butcher. I was going to Fairlight Butcher, and I was buying grass-fed,
that's what they tell
pasteurized, I don't know all the different words, but
I don't know. I don't know how you can.
Anyway, it's really good meat. So if you want to go to the Fairlight Butcher,
no, don't do a butcher ad.
If you're going to buy meat, buy it from a butcher. Don't buy it from Coles or Woolies.
Most people probably can't afford to buy meat from a butcher. It's pretty expensive.
Well, this is why I only buy it once or twice a week.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway, I feel good.
That's great, because you were fucking terrible.
Dude, could not get out of bed for the last 2 weeks in the morning.
So how long does this shit work for?
I need to go back for another blood test.
This is the Boardcast medical episode.
Yeah. I need to go back for a blood test in 3 months, but she wants me to start changing my diet or supplementing at around 2 months.
What does that mean?
Concentrate on putting iron in my body.
But what you said eggs before. I didn't think eggs have iron in them.
A small amount, but a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But it's the one thing your body doesn't produce naturally.
Mine does.
How does yours produce it naturally?
I don't know. I'm hyperglycemic. I don't know. I've got extraordinarily high iron content in my blood to the point where I have to give blood to get the shit out. And I never do. Can you give it
to me?
Well, I think that's what... I don't know if that's how it works. But what did they put in you today? Blood or iron? But how does that work? What do you mean iron? They just put a fucking...
tube in my arm.
Intravenous tube, obviously, yeah. And then what's in the sack? The IV.
It looks like brown liquid, and it's an iron solution.
So rust.
I don't know. And then afterwards, a saline solution.
Yeah.
And then I had to sit there to make sure I didn't have an allergic reaction.
Like iron, it's such a weird thing, right? Because iron's a metal. Is it the same sort of... I don't know anything about this. I didn't do a doctorate.
No, but turns out you need it to literally function.
So I wonder, we're the same blood type, right?
I think so.
So I wonder if we could just do like a Mad Max Fury Road thing.
Stick it in.
You seen that movie?
Yeah. We'll do it each podcast.
What do they call the dude? He's on the front of the truck. They call him the blood bag or something.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
every month.
That's probably one of my favourite movies
Top me
ever.
up.
I love that movie. I don't know why. I think it was just the cars and gnarliness.
Have you seen the new one?
Yeah, I went and saw it with my daughter. Furiosa. Biggest pile of shit I've ever watched in my life.
Really?
I don't know how to describe how badly they fucked it up. Like Fury Road's killer. Furiosa. Oh,
How many are there now? I think
it's
I've
just
watched
2 of the new ones. Like this new. There's heaps. There's.
I think I've
5
watched
Mad
the
Max
first
films,
one.
like the original Mad Max.
Yeah.
With Mel Gibson.
And the Thunderdome one.
That's 2 of the Threat trilogy. So you watch the first and last. The Mad Max was the bikers and the wife and kid
Yep.
gets killed by the bikers and Max gets fucking angry.
All right, so I've seen all 3.
And the second one, hang on.
Thunderdome.
No, that was the third one.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So the second one was the Wes and it was called, oh shit, it was called Mad Max 2. I don't know. It was fucking cool though. Mad Max 2 is cool. It's the kid with the boomerang. Seen it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Fuck, I can't think of the main characters. Anyway, it was
I just
sick.
remember going to Burning Man and they had a Thunderdome and I was like, I've fucking
That's
seen
it.
this movie.
Yeah,
This
right.
is sick.
Yeah, it's cool. The fourth one, I presume, which was made 20 years later, was Fury Road, which is the feminist film. I heard it referred to as the great feminist Mad Max film because it's about the girls breaking away from being just mothers and trying to, I don't know, fucking I don't know. The whole thing's nuts. I just like the cars. I'll be honest with you. I like the
I'm a sucker
I
for
like
a
the
female
violence and the
lead.
cars. Yeah, because every woman's a sucker for a female lead. She's a good
Like-
female lead in that movie.
That TV show you told me to watch at 1802 or something.
1883.
18.
Close. You're only 81 years old. That's a great show.
That made me cry in the first episode.
I told you at the time, I said, this is probably television's best ever female lead.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
excellent.
I think it's the best TV show made where a girl was the lead and I didn't feel like I was having feminism jammed down my throat while I was watching it. Even I liked it.
Yeah.
I actually loved it. And I've never watched the other shit that it's a part of, Yellowstone or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to watch cowboy movies that are modern. I can't even believe there's modern cowboys. It seems insane. Surely the first thing AI should do is get rid of cowboys.
What do you mean modern cowboys?
Isn't that what Yellowstone's about? Cattle ranchers and cowboys and shit?
Oh, I never watched it, so I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's like
Is
modern.
it set into like...
set now. I
Yeah,
think.
right.
Yeah. 1883.
I was going to
Fuck,
ask
am I
like a
doing-
really
this is
dumb
like,
question. Like, I know there's cowboys today, but like, you know when you'd think of like
I was
cowboys
about
back
to
in the
fucking
day?
say something
You know,
stupid.
back in the day, cowboys were the lunatics riding around with guns, like taking over land and
Are
shit
you
like
thinking
that.
of cowboys and Indians?
No, I'm thinking of those guys in the
Cowboys
1883.
were always cattle hustlers, like cattle drivers. They were cowboys.
And okay, well then what would you refer to as the people on horses riding around with guns?
Cowboys, but you're talking about
see the
spaghetti western.
complication?
Yeah, you are talking about spaghetti western cowboys.
Spaghetti western.
That's what they used to call the westerns back
Okay.
in the day. Western films, spaghetti western. You're talking about? They were still cowboys, just in
Yeah.
their spare time they were causing a bit of trouble.
Okay.
But their job was to move cattle.
Okay. So the new movies or TV
I don't
shows
think they
about
made money shooting people. Anyway, yeah.
well,
I
I thought they
presume-
didn't have a job and they just held people up at gunpoint and took their money and took their
I think
land.
they were called,
Outlaws?
not like bushrangers in Australia, but in America they would have been called, I don't know, outlaws. Yeah, I guess. Like they were not necessarily. They were stealing cattle. They were bad cowboys.
How do you tell the difference?
Well, one's going to shoot you and one's just doing his job. I don't know.
But they all have guns.
Yeah, because you need a gun in
Back
America,
then.
even now.
Yeah, still do.
It's just a gun culture. I don't know. But yeah, I think, fuck it, we're going to cop it now over. Yellowstone fans are going to come into the show. Don't you talk about Yellowstone. I think
that's just about
Yellowstone
people
is about
moving-
modern cowboys.
So people moving cattle.
Modern cattle ranches.
No violence.
I think it's full of violence. Can't just be a fucking show about dudes moving cattle from that
this is my
paddock to that
question.
paddock. There must be violence.
I want to know what you call a cowboy that doesn't move cattle.
Just a boy? What do you mean?
Like the guy who's causing ruckus. Do you call him an outlaw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Outlaw Jesse James. That's a famous outlaw. Billy the Kid, he was an outlaw, but he was
Okay.
also, when he was working, a cowboy.
Yeah, okay. So he still did his 9 to 5? Monday to Friday?
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess. I don't think it was 9 to 5, but yeah, he worked. And then
Probably 5 to 9.
I don't even know the Billy the Kid story. I've watched movies about him, but I don't know that much.
Okay.
Watch Young Guns or something. I don't know.
Maybe I'm going to have to watch Yellowstone.
I'm not watching Yellowstone. It's not for me. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
How did we get onto this?
We segued from Mad Max.
Oh, Furiosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Furiosa's already available to rent or buy on streaming services. So it was at the cinemas for a month max. Whereas Fury Road lasted a lot longer than that. I don't know. It just wasn't good.
Interesting.
It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't good. It had that fucking dick in it. Man, I hope he never wants to come on. Hemsworth? The big one.
Chris? Liam?
Who's the famous one?
Chris.
The really famous
The
one.
one who dated Miley?
Did you take Miley Cyrus?
Yeah. They were married.
Really? No, Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, they got married.
I think you've got the wrong Hemsworth.
I definitely do not.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes, they got married and they were married for a year.
Thor
Yes.
was married to Miley Cyrus.
I'm pretty sure.
No fucking way.
Can we Google it? It's
Yeah.
not Liam, it's Chris. She was.
No fucking way. Chris Hemsworth was married to Miley Cyrus. No.
Yes, they dated for years.
I'm so glad this is being filmed right now. Do you want to bet? Just before we
Yeah.
get the answer, what are we betting? Take me to this dumpling place I'm about to tell everyone about.
Okay.
You pay.
All right.
You're on. And I'll pay if you
Or it's Liam. Liam!
Ah! I just got a free meal. Yes, I knew it wasn't fucking. I think Chris Hemsworth's happily. I don't know much about him, but I know that as an actor,
Oh,
I think
fuck,
he
they're
sucks.
too similar. I don't obviously
Well,
keep
they're
up
brothers, aren't
with...
they?
Yeah, they're fucking identical.
Apparently not.
No. Fuck, I swear it was...
Either way, Chris Hemsworth is in it with
I'm terrible with
some
actors.
female lead. Oh, she's a British girl, the girl who played young Furiosa.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just wasn't very well. No, it just didn't fit. Just something wrong about it. I still like the way they filmed it. I love that George Miller vibe with the filming, like that shuddery feeling. It's got something about it. Fury Road. He's a cool director. He's definitely visually the thing was really cool, but the storyline had some holes in it.
Right.
But anyway,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
moving
where am
on.
I taking you to dinner?
Oh,
Fuck. I'm so bad with actors. I
yeah, you shouldn't argue with me about that shit. 'cause I
No,
watch
not
movies.
actors.
Yeah, I
Not
like
actors.
movies.
I should have learnt my lesson.
And I fully like movies. Like I still watch a lot of movies, and there hasn't been many good ones lately. Just quietly.
Were you sure that it was one of the Hemsworth?
Yeah.
You were sure that it was Liam, not Chris?
No, I'm sure it's Chris, not Liam. In Furiosa, the movie,
Oh, yeah. But you were sure that Miley married...
a Hemsworth.
Yeah.
I just knew it wasn't Chris. I
Okay.
wouldn't have bet you if I thought it was Chris.
Okay. Anyway, move
I
on.
wasn't 100%. When you said he married Miley, I was like, oh, that's right. A Hemsworth was married to Miley.
Yeah.
Or with Miley. I didn't know they were married, but Then I was 100% sure it's not Thor. I've never watched any of that fucking Marvel shit.
Oh, I'm going
but
through
I
it right
kind of
now.
know. Are you? Who? Why are you watching
Neil. He's obsessed with Marvel.
It's ruined movies. The amount of fucking money being spent on those movies. Get fucked. Let's make proper. Like Oppenheimer was awesome.
That was excellent.
At the same time, what was it
Neil,
battling in the cinema?
Neil fell asleep in Oppenheimer.
Did he?
He was like fast asleep and the bomb went off. And
in the cinema.
And he goes, is someone letting bombs off in here?
What? No, he didn't fall asleep.
He fell asleep.
I love that
It was
movie.
like a 3-hour long movie and we went to like
long.
the latest one.
Yeah.
He's normally in bed by 9 o'clock. So
it was long, but I loved it.
yeah, it was
I thought
an
it was great.
excellent movie.
But what was the other movie at the time?
Barbie.
Tragic.
I don't know how I feel. I watched Barbie on the plane to Japan.
I watched
don't
the
know
first
how
10
I feel
minutes.
about it.
I turned it off. I
It
couldn't
went
do it.
like real sexist, and then it went like, and I was like, oh, I kind of get the feminist message in this, but then it's also like,
Dude, I didn't get anything. I got 10 minutes in and that fucking idiot
I can see
who
how-
played Ken,
yeah,
Ryan Gosling or whatever
Yeah.
his name is, got hurt in the surf.
oh yeah, that was
That was one of the
cringeworthy.
worst scenes in a movie I've ever watched.
Yeah, but you have to watching it from a female's perspective is those things that seem so stupid on film, and if you didn't grow up playing with Barbies, you wouldn't understand. So like I watched the first like 20 minutes and I was like, holy fuck, flashbacks. Like they did the voiceovers as if it was like a young girl playing with dolls. So you instantly got flashbacks, and like you used to throw Barbies like when you like had a crash and one went flying. Like that's how you played with a Barbie. So
as a young man,
you wouldn't get it. And you would just look at that
I
and go,
never
that's
played
so
with Barbies.
fucking cringy.
Dude, the thing was fucking horrendous. And then when I can tell you the exact minute I turned it off, Ken said, or Barbie said to Ken, or vice versa, what are you doing tonight? And Barbie's response was, come over to our house. We're having a choreographed dance and song night. And I went, fuck this, and just hit stop and went, no, I can't do this.
It's like,
I don't care.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Look, if that scene went for 5 minutes, I probably would have turned it off, but it went for like
I don't care.
10 seconds.
The fact that line was said in a movie,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care how many fucking Oscars it got nominated for. I'm out. And I rarely just ditch a movie 10 minutes in.
See, it's a
And
very,
I was on a plane too, so I had nothing else to do.
Yeah. It's the way that it was filmed and written is so unique to a female's perspective.
Yeah, well, they should have fucking had a
whoever played
warning.
with Barbies, because it's filmed and done as if you're playing with Barbies. So the way that they speak to each other, the way they talk, the way they interact, it's as if you're a child again playing with your Barbies. So that aspect was really cool.
Yeah, there should have been a warning at the start.
Yeah.
If you are
If you played
a
with trucks
heterosexual male
growing up,
who used Tonka toys and not dolls growing up, turn off now. That would have been enough.
I think the entire pink screen would have been enough.
Yeah, it was enough. I knew it was going to be
Why
bad.
did you put it on then?
Because so many people had said you should watch it. And I was
Were
like,
they all
okay.
female?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by them.
Yeah, I know.
live with multiple females.
It was an excellent movie for females.
Yeah, it was terrible. Anyway, that and Marvel movies should be banned. I just think they're garbage. They cost $100 million to make, and they're just shit. You could make so many cool independent films, proper, good Aussie films, American films, anything with that kind of money. It's nuts, man. When was the last time there was a great Australian film? They're just not coming out like they used to.
Also, with the Marvel movies, I know Star Wars, there's like
Star Wars is different.
There's not a lot of science behind that.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
What do you mean there's not a lot of science behind it? It's fact, isn't it?
No, but like, so I heard someone
Star Wars is the male version of Barbie.
yeah, but Marvel, they always talk about science and like quantum theories and multi-universes and all this shit. And I want to know if it's actually real or not.
It's not fucking real. It's a comic book movie.
Yeah, but...
Are you out of your...
No. There is multiple universes.
Is there? Do you know that, do you?
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about right now? No, there's no fact behind Marvel comics.
Okay, well, I was segueing off to actual science, so never mind. Because you're just going to yell stupid shit at me and make me feel dumb, so I'm not even going to talk to you anymore. Tell me where I'm taking you for dumplings.
Okay, Alice, there's a place in Manly, and everyone who lives around this area should go because it's only a pop-up place.
By the way, we drove past it and it's been there for ages.
Yeah, it's been there for ages, but the building's getting renovated or knocked down or something, so it's not permanent.
When's it going to not be around? I don't know,
probably when they get DA approval. There's a thing out there. Anyway, it's called Alice. I think it's called Alice's Dumpling Place or some shit. It's down on the beachfront opposite Manly Beach at the southern end.
Like next
to Manly Ribs or Manly Grill.
Yeah.
The Ribs place. 2 doors up near Whitewater. You'd know, if you know Manly, you'll find it. It's opposite the beach. So, but we just went out. Me and Rowie were like, can't be fucked cooking. What do you feel like? Feel like Asian food? All right, let's go find some Asian food in Manly. And we had $100 budget because that's all the cash I had. So I'm like, oh.
Did you get $100 worth of dumplings?
Yeah. I spent it all. I got to the counter and they went, that's $102. And I was like, fuck. And I pulled out 100 and she went, that'll do. And I was like, oh, discount for cash. Yeah. I was stoked.
Awesome.
Because I was like, fuck, they're going to make me pay with a card. My credit card's stacked. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do this? I'm going to have to walk to the car to get $2, but she gave me $2 off. They don't just do dumplings, it's everything, but I can't even remember what we had. Prawn and chive dumpling, epic. Oh God, I can't remember. The other thing that stuck with me.
What are the 3 top things to order?
Singapore prawns.
Dumplings?
No.
Singapore prawns. Yeah, okay.
It's like 6 fat
Mr.
king
Vegan.
prawns. Yeah, I'm a Segan. I'm not a vegan, I'm a Segan. Singapore prawns. Singapore chili prawn. 6 big fat king prawns in this chili dish with these cool little bun things. Man, it's insane. Prawn and chive dumplings, and we had these veggie pan-fried bun things. So don't worry, you don't need me to talk about it. You're taking me there. You just lost a bet.
I know. Fuck. I'm never going to forget that it was Liam married to Miley now.
To be honest.
Fuck, I follow Miley, but I don't fucking follow the Hemsworths at all.
Don't follow anyone.
Anyway.
But either way, I think you're going to have to buy me dinner.
Alrighty.
So yeah, we should go. It's going to be good.
Okay.
It's so
I'll
good.
buy you dinner.
It's the best food I've eaten in Manly for a long time. There's not a lot of places in Manly I'd tell people to go eat. To be honest, it's pretty expensive. There's not a lot of great food in Manly.
Neil and I went out for a fancy dinner on Thursday night. And I've never been to this place,
Is
never
that when
eaten
you took
it.
a photo of yourself on Instagram and you made
I was wearing
lips? You're doing the lip thing.
Do it again.
In the mirror.
Do it again. I
filmed
my
to God,
outfit.
I saw it. You filmed your outfit, but your face was in modelling mode.
Yeah, because I'm a model now.
You had the phone over your face and then it slipped away and I was like, oh, look at her. She's trying to be a model. Big lips. I can't do it.
Did I nail it?
I watched it once. What the fuck are you doing? And
I'm going out to dinner in a dress. That's what I was doing.
That's what you do on Instagram. You just keep flicking.
We went to Pasadena in Church Point.
Oh, I got married there.
Did you?
Yep.
Is that where you got married?
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's where I got married 24 and a half years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, at Pasadena Church Point.
There you go.
Is the food good?
Food was excellent.
Yeah.
Really good.
I don't think it's the same as what it was when I got married.
Yeah.
It's been through multiple renos and stuff.
Yeah. We got there early and we're like, oh, Neil's like, we'll just go have a drink at the wharf. And like, I'm like in a dress and heels. And we walk to the wharf and it's like, everyone's just finished work. They're all in their tradie gear having a beer. And I'm like, oh God, I'm so out of place here.
Church Point, what wharf?
The wharf next to it.
Oh, is there a bar there now?
Yeah, it's like I think it's a little restaurant.
To be honest, I haven't been back there for 24 and a half years. I don't fucking go to Church Point. I went there to get married and then never went back.
Well, it's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, right.
And the food was
good?
Food was excellent.
Expensive?
No, actually, we did first tables.
Ah, you tight ass.
I can't fucking afford to pay for that right now.
How does that work? What do you get, half price?
50% off food.
Yeah, I remember you used to do that all the time.
It's so good.
You just got to eat at 4 p.m.
Well, some of them
You gotta have your dinner.
they're all at different times. There's some on there that are 8 p.m. I don't know how that's a first table.
If they know that you're paying less and give you less food.
Well, because it was a fine dining restaurant, the special conditions was that you had to buy a drink per person, an alcoholic drink per person, so that they're still making money on that.
On the drink.
Yeah.
And the food's wholesale.
Food's half price. I reckon they're still making money on that at half price. Food's so cheap to make. It's like
wages aren't, and electricity
No, I
isn't,
know.
and rent isn't.
Yeah, but it's better than having an empty table than not.
Yeah, I guess. If they're making a little bit, it's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's a good app. Is that an app?
It's a website. So anyone who wants to save a couple of dollars and
we're not getting paid for any of these ads.
No.
Why are we doing these ads for everyone?
And wants to eat early, there's a website called First Table and you get 50% off food.
Welcome to the Boardcast, community service
Yeah.
podcast.
Well,
where
it
we
was
tell you how to
fucking
get
delicious
everything
and I
cheap.
wouldn't have eaten there otherwise. So
We're going to talk about snowboarding or skateboarding or business.
yes, because I do want to talk about something.
Cool, because I'm tired. I want to go home.
Okay. Well, I'm 6 months into rehab.
Pregnant.
No, actually, I'm not.
Yeah.
6 months into rehab, and I now need to start thinking ahead for my next snowboard trip.
So people who've watched this podcast from the start would know that when we started, you couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
You were hobbling around. And
I had bandages on my knees and everything. Yeah.
So anyone who's been loyal enough to get through all 25, 6, 7 episodes,
I'm getting strong.
she's almost back.
Almost.
Where are you going to go?
I think so. But I had a question for you.
God.
Do you reckon you'll keep going back to Japan? Do you have desires to try to snowboard in any other part of the world?
I have desires to have enough money to go to other places.
Okay. Say money
Japan's
wasn't...
cheap.
Let me finish. Say money wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Where would be your top 3 places to snowboard in the world?
I would like to go explore. So Kazakhstan,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go and check it out
Hold
because
on 2
I've heard
seconds. I needed to cough. Okay, you can continue now.
Kazakhstan because I've heard that it's incredibly cheap once you're there, and there's some amazing stuff there that just is not being ridden.
Mm.
So I'd like to go there. Someone said to me the other day they want to go to Iran snowboarding. I was like, you can fucking go there on your own.
I'll go Kazakhstan.
I bet you Iran isn't the horror story the fucking bullshit media makes it out to be. Particularly if you're Australian, not American. I wouldn't want to go there on an American passport. You probably just get put in jail as a spy.
Straight away.
But I don't think we have any major problem with them as far as like citizens go. I doubt we'd be in. Anyway, I doubt I'd go there, but I mean, even places like Pakistan have snow. There's some very weird places I'd like to go.
I served a guy in the shop the other day and he was like, going back to Thailand.
To snowboard?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
That's what I was like. He was like, I hope they have snow. And I was like,
Thailand?
Yeah. He was
You
from
said
Thailand.
the wrong thing. There's no snow in fucking Thailand.
And
It's
that's
on
what
the
I was
equator.
like.
It's a tropical country.
I know.
That's
I
right
was
in the
like,
middle of
I've
the
been
world.
there. I've traveled around your country for 6 weeks. I don't think there's
I
a
don't even
mountain.
think they have a mountain.
Unless it's like up by
volcano.
the top.
No, hang on. This is fucking
Because
bullshit.
Thailand
There's
connects
no way.
to...
It's on the equator. There's no fucking way Thailand has snow.
Can you say that about Japan?
No, Japan's far up in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, but Thailand's like
No.
connected to China.
Are we talking about No,
I don't know.
there's no fucking way. If I'm prepared to double or nothing our bet.
Fuck no.
If there's snow in Thailand, I would be absolutely fucking shocked. You're not going to shake on this, are you? You're not prepared to lose 2 meals.
I'll buy you dessert that night.
No, I
don't even know if he's right or not.
No, because he's out of his mind. Who said that to you? Some customer?
Yeah. He bought bindings and he was buying bindings for someone back in Thailand.
Yeah, but they go somewhere else to snowboard. They don't snowboard.
Yeah, I don't know. But the way he said it was like, going back to the mountains in Thailand.
There might be mountains in Thailand, but there's no fucking snow. It's not the right part of the world.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but I just was like, here you go.
No fucking way. Are we confirmed? Yeah, there's no snow. Thank God. No.
Okay.
I'm definitely not going to Thailand.
He's going to have an amazing trip.
Yeah, it should be beautiful in the ocean. No, it's definitely not a snow country. There's places I'd like to go back to. I'd like to go back to the Dolomites, Italy. Mm. Cortina in particular, that mountain. And I know there's a Cortina in Hakuba in Japan, but there's 2 Cortina mountains that you can snowboard on. One's in Italy, one's in Japan. The Japanese one has very slow lifts and long lift lines. The Italian one is in a rocky valley, and when it's good there, it's next level. So that would be cool. But yeah, it's all money, man. Like, I can't afford to snowboard in those. Like, we own a fucking snowboard business. We're not getting rich. Mm. So I don't know. I
just wanted to see, money, like, if your headspace was like, yep, I'm just going.
Only?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's just because of the convenience and
9-hour flight.
Yeah.
Guaranteed snow almost. Mm-hmm. Unless you fuck your dates up.
It's weather at the end of the day.
You're going to get some snow no matter what. If you do a 2 or 3 week trip, you're getting snow. Like, you're the unluckiest human in the world to go in February and not get snow. Mm. So what else? What else, mate? The food over there kind of just drives me over there. I almost don't always want to go to Hokkaido, though, because the food's not as good up there.
I know, but the snow is good up there.
That's a fucking fact, though, isn't it?
It is.
Prove me wrong, Hokkaido.
Maybe we just need to explore a bit more.
What do you mean? How many kilometers do you want to travel? We've covered that island, and I've never had a bowl of ramen on the North Island as good as the South.
No.
And let's not do a ramen podcast.
No.
We've done a few, but I think you get better gyoza up north.
Oh, yeah.
The best gyoza I've ever had is up north, but you can't fucking just eat those for 3 weeks. It's gone. You're going to say the place at Furano, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's not gone. Well, they were just closed when we went because they went to visit their friends.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Yeah, and you were like, fuck you, don't
kidding me.
Don't visit your friends when I need to fucking eat.
Visiting their friends in the middle of snow season.
Yeah, it was like
fuck off.
It was start of March, so.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it that late that we were there? Okay. So they're probably tired.
You can understand.
Yeah. I still was disappointed. I still don't feel like I've touched Japan.
No.
70 resorts in, and I still feel like there's another 150 that I'd love to ride. I don't know how many we've done. I don't know how many even you and I have done, but it's a lot now, and I still don't feel like...
It'd be really cool to actually
we drove past a few on that last trip that we just didn't have enough days.
Yeah.
On the way up to one of the resorts that we won't say on here, but there was 6 or 7 around there that we didn't touch.
Yeah. I reckon also food-wise, I reckon if we spent a bit of time in Sapporo and stuff, you'd find good food.
Sapporo's got to have good food. I mean, we've had reasonable food there. I just don't think we haven't been bunkered down in a place that had an amazing access to food.
Also,
I don't think the food's great in Hakuba either. I think most of these snow towns kind of have an issue.
You're just comparing everything to spicy miso now.
I'm comparing everything to these big 2,000k loops we've done.
Yeah.
Where we're finding some incredible food. So
maybe it changes during summer and winter, though. Ingredients, their whole country turns to covered in snow.
Yeah, they still have access to food.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Japan's still high. I still want to go back to a lot of places, and I want to go find some more.
Okay.
Yeah, so Japan's still right up there for me. Why?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Oh.
Thailand?
Yeah, Thailand was top of my list.
Yeah.
You've kind of broken my dreams on that
I'm
one.
going to go to Vietnam snowboarding. There's no fucking...
I'm going to go to Bali.
You can pretty much get a map and know where there's not snow.
Yeah.
The whole middle bit.
Yeah.
All the way around. Yeah.
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 For me, Kazakhstan sounds really cool. I remember talking to that customer.
Yeah, I wonder how long it takes. I bet it's a 2-day journey. Probably one hell of a nightmare jet lag scenario.
I would love to do like a few mountains in Europe, but that's
big money.
Yeah, so
get ready. Like
that's not on in the
Austria,
near future.
They're just fucking criminal how expensive that shit is.
Yeah, it just seems like a really cool vibe and place to ride.
Yeah.
But Japan, you can't, I don't know, my heart just loves riding trees in Japan.
And that's the big difference, right? A lot of countries, trees are very, very big and open. And
or it's like, don't get me wrong, a powder bowl feels amazing to ride down, but there's nothing like riding through tight trees.
No, I agree.
In deep snow. It's that adrenaline rush where you're like, holy fuck, I've got to know my next 3 turns.
Yeah, or I'm going to hit something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the most technical powder riding in the world, I think. I mean, I've ridden Canada a lot and I've ridden a lot of places, but like even in Canada, the trees are it's very obvious. They're giant fucking pine trees. So you kind of know where to be and you don't really make the same kind of technical mistakes, I guess. You don't have to think as much. You're just sort of riding. You see a big gap and you aim for it because you know that there's a big tree well underneath. So you can't get too close. And the horizontal shit coming off those things will take your head off. Whereas Japan's kind of tight and squirrely, and it's also got those vines that can fuck you up. There's so much fun. Man.
Yeah. I would love to go back to Canada. Like Canada is so beautiful. And I think that's just because I did my first season there. And
talk to everyone who went last year. Then it was a shit season.
Yeah.
They were all like, fuck. Spent a lot of money getting there.
Yeah.
And they had fuck all snow. Whistler was a train wreck for most of the season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard to make those calls when you've got something so close.
Especially when but
I know a lot of people who don't like Japan. Like they don't like not being able to stay on the snow, or they'll go to resorts where they're very mellow and they get the shits because it's not steep enough or whatever. Like I hear people talking negatively about it. And I'm always a bit shocked because they've been to one place there and just written off the whole country and there's 500 more resorts.
Yeah, but the 500 more resorts aren't always family friendly or,
they're not even English friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see why people don't love it with their families.
We travel, just you and I, and we've been traveling and snowboarding for so many years separately, and now we're doing it together, that we understand what it is just to be flexible and...
Yeah, I think that's the key to Japan.
Yeah, just being like, cool, our goal is purely to ride snow, whereas if you're traveling with a group of mates or with family, there's so many other elements and factors.
Yeah, I'm meant to be going 2025 with my family.
Is that going to happen?
I don't know. I would just book somewhere and do that because I don't think that they could handle doing what we do.
No. We almost need to
killing each other.
Can we go together so that Neil can also have someone to ride with? I need to teach him how to...
Who's he going to ride with? Me?
No.
Why'd you look at me? I'm not fucking waiting on
you're riding with me.
Oh, right. Yeah, but as long as someone can run the shop.
He's never ridden powder before, so...
Fucking good luck.
He's going to learn.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. I mean, he'll get good. It'll take him a while. It's going to take him a couple of years before he can.
It took me a few years before
And you were already a good snowboarder. He's not.
Before I started leading.
Yeah.
I remember I always used to follow you, and then there was one year that switched, and then I was like, no, I'm good. I'll go.
Yeah.
And now.
How's that working out for you?
Now I just go. Yeah. What do you mean, how's it working out for me?
I don't know. You get yourself in a mess a lot. You tend to find ways to get in dumb situations, but it's good. It's all right.
But that's how you improve.
Yeah, I agree. That's how I've learnt it. Just fucking making mistakes, and that's how you get good at anything.
Was it the trip that we did 2020 that transition happened?
That's when you figured out powder properly.
Yeah.
I think 2020, we got so many back-to-back powder days. I think about halfway through that trip, you just started going first, just bombing into stuff. And
we rode...
you know where I reckon you really got it? Risutsu, where you knew that you could get out.
Yeah.
You went, fuck it, I'm going. I'm not going to have to know a way out. I can just lead.
Asadaki as well.
Well, I didn't know where I was going there either.
No, but I remember there was that one point where you're like, you're going to have to turn, and then you're going to get face shot, and you've got to do another turn immediately and then pin it straight. And that's...
Well, that was me saying, if I go first and make it, and then you go and don't make it, we're fucked.
Yeah.
So I was like, you may as well go, and if you eat shit, at least I can help you.
That feeling is still one of the best feelings.
That one spot at Asadaki
that
is
one,
the most
like,
high risk.
Dropping in those few couple of turns and then pinning it straight, and like you're blind.
I would liken that to dropping in on a vert ramp. It's a similar feeling. You're like, the difference is with a vert ramp, if you fuck up, you're just probably going to eat shit. But with that,
after your first
you're going
turn,
to eat shit. It's going to probably hurt a bit.
And then you're stuck.
And then you're going to have to walk for an hour in waist deep snow.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite adrenaline rushy places to go snowboarding.
Yeah, in that spot, because it's so steep, the moment you do your first turn, you just get hit with snow, and you've instantly got to do your second turn so you don't hit trees.
And then you can't turn again, and you have to hit a little 2-foot wide pathway that's fucking hard to hit, and then if you don't get in that slot, you're not getting out.
Yeah, it's the best fucking feeling.
But it's so high risk. Yeah, it's a great place. Asadaki, there's a mountain. If you want to go test yourself as a snowboarder, go to Asadaki.
Mind you.
You may die.
Yeah. Don't please be like, all right, we're going here.
No,
it is
don't
literally
take your fucking kids there.
Rope tow. When we got on the...
It's not a rope tow, it's a rope way.
Rope way.
Rope tow's like
I know, which is why the entire time I've been like, why is it called a rope tow?
It's a rope way, meaning a giant gondola.
Giant gondola. We got on it the first time, and everyone's there in like Avi packs, backpacks, poles, shovels, like full kitted out to head to toe gear. And Al and I get on this gigantic 100-person lift. Every single person on there is in full head to toe gear, and Al and I just carrying our boards on like, this should be fun.
Around going, fuck, we're the only people without backpacks and shovels and fucking EPIRBs. They all had emergency equipment on them, and we're sort of looking at each other going,
I was like,
this could be a bit dodgy.
I was like, are we okay to be going up?
Like, sure, we'll be fine. Yeah, we were fine.
Yeah,
no,
there is no designated runs, essentially.
No, it doesn't have trails. It's just a ropeway into the wilderness, and then make your way back to the bottom of the ropeway. And if you miss it by a bit,
I think you have to sign waivers at the bottom. It's not a
family friendly resort.
No,
it's not a resort.
No, it's not a resort. No. It's like a hiking mountain in summer or something.
Summer, that's a tourist
hiking thing. So it's just
open.
You
go up and then you go over to the volcano. There's an active volcano over the back, which we've never seen because it's
covered in
always
snow.
wide out. And
yeah.
It's the highest point of the North Island, I believe. I think it's the highest skiable. It's fucking cool, but don't take your kids there. That would be a big mistake.
No, or beginners or anyone just learning.
Or intermediates.
No. Advanced
You've
riders
only.
You've
got to be good. if you can't do what we just described, where you're dropping
making
in
turns
on
blindside.
extremely steep into blind turns and hitting a 2-foot wide gap, don't go there, because you're going to be in trouble. My worst ever dig out, walk out,
Was that?
at least my top 5 was there. Like, fuck, you can get in real trouble there, especially when the visibility is bad. So, yeah.
So we're going to Japan in Feb?
I want to go. If I've got money, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't booked anything yet, but
Because I'm not doing this rehab for nothing.
no, I need to go snowboarding.
I'm not riding this season, so
I'm unlikely to ride this season because of staff
yes.
or lack
I'm
of.
staff and knee.
Anyway, are we done?
So, yeah.
That was the most unsnow skate episode we've ever done.
Yeah, and I owe you dumplings now.
I won a free meal at Alice's dumpling place or whatever it's called. See you
there you
next
go.
week. Like and subscribe.
Bye.